A ring that makes the dead come back to life. I love comics. Imagine someone coming back from the dead in comics. That only happens like... no, it happens a lot, actually. You just... Here, try some fish!
I'm alive! And my shirt's completely different from when I died.
Oh, it's magic. Don't worry about it. Here, have a seat.
Oh, man. The last thing I remember is my house exploding and then nothing.
Well, luckily I had a phoenix down on me. Otherwise, that black lantern ring would have just made you a zombie forever.
Well, that's just to show you why I don't wear jewelry. Yeah.
Oh boy, people, let me introduce you to the game that never was, the PC Youngblood game. The game was never finished due to a combination of people continually leaving the project as well as code that was bugged up the ass.
But we were lucky enough for there to be a PC demo of the game available. Oh joy, I think I'll just go drown myself.
Youngblood is a top-down adventure game. At least I'm sure it would have been based on this demo. It's not hard to figure out, but the controls are a little sketchy when you first use them. I'm used to playing real-time strategy games like StarCraft that look like this, so instinctively I assume right-clicking will move them, but that actually deselects units. The three playable characters should be familiar to anyone who's watched my Youngblood #1 review. First is Badrock, who, despite the fact that he's the brick of the team, is the one who carries around the biggest gun. Then there's our old womanizing pal Chapel, who just goes up and hits things.
Well, actually you can select other weapons, but that just begs the question of why they didn't just have them defaulted on weapons anyway. I mean, this is a Liefeld creation. They should just be all about the guns. Oh, and get used to the same 3 or 4 fucking voiceovers no matter what character is selected or what they're doing.
Let's rock. Got it. Let's rock. Hold on. It begin. Yep. Let's rock.
And Badrock, despite being the biggest and tallest and logically the one with the best view, has the worst aim, sometimes just shooting in random directions for no apparent reason.
And get a load of the music. Barely comprehensible little Casio sounds repeated over and over. This belongs on some new age meditation CD, not a game about shooting and killing things, and I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. Yeah, you got some exposition about exterminating evil mutants or something, but it's about as interesting as any Youngblood-related story, so of course you skip past it the first chance you get.
And the map screen is fucking useless. It's like they added it in for window dressing, like, here's what a map screen would look like, and yeah, I know it's a demo, but this is really badly coded. Characters will walk off in the opposite direction you sent them, or never arrive at their destination. The 3D perspective is actually a nuisance at times, since at times it seems like the edge of walkable space is less than what it's supposed to be. Oh, and since the map screen sucks ass, sometimes you'll lose track of where your characters even are.
There are power-ups, but since this is a demo and all, none of them actually do anything. And there are these narrow walkways that none of them want to walk over unless you tell them to, one at a time. And after only a few minutes of this junk, I'm already bored out of my skull.
Ugh, could we wash out the taste of Liefeld characters and 3D models with something else?
Look, the lantern ring is bringing something else up. Wait a second, Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin? That one was actually released.
Well, it is a Genesis game, so it might as well be dead.
Dude, the Sega Genesis will never die, man. It did what Nintendo did.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, just ignore him. He's like a pop-up ad. He won't go away.
As the game opens, the Kingpin hijacks the airwaves and tells everyone that his name is of no importance. Except for the fact that, you know, he's Wilson Fisk and everybody in the whole world already knows who he is, so why the hell is he trying to hide his identity?
He explains that Spider-Man is seeking revenge upon the city, for some reason, and that Spidey has planted a bomb that will go off in 24 hours. Quick, somebody call Jack Bauer!
One wonders why exactly anyone trusts the strange fat man who won't give out his identity or just warn the police about the bomb or even where he got this information, but knowing that the civilians in the Marvel Universe are pretty stupid, it shouldn't surprise anyone that they buy into it immediately.
As you start the game, you immediately have to punch out a cop who comes over to hassle you, but then you get to hit a mugger who's trying to take Aunt May's purse.
Lawmakers, lawbreakers, let us fight them all. Why not?
Web slinging is actually pretty fun in this game, if a bit irritating that you don't get much free range to play with it, especially not on the first level. The screen isn't that wide, and you can't climb up or alter directions easily. Oh, and it's not made any easier by these assholes. What are they doing? Clapping? Well, maybe they're applauding my awesome web slinging. Oh, no, they're clapping hers!
Hey, maybe they just give Spidey the clap.
Oh, come on!
What's worse about the web slinging is that, of course, there's an energy bar for it, so you can't screw around or else you'll lose the webbing. And yeah, there are energy power-ups, but it's so frustrating that I can't use the webbing as much as I'd like to. Oh, and of course, in between levels, your webbing will recharge if you have cash. Yeah, you have to actually use your camera to take pictures in order to get money to get more webbing.
Oh, but pictures of criminals coming at you with a knife, yeah, maybe they're worth $10, but pictures of a guy in a forklift coming at you, $50!
This is the song for Spidey taking pictures. He'll jump around, slinging his web. He tried to kill me with a forklift.
Oh, but let's talk about some of the more frustrating aspects of the game, especially for the first level. First, these generic thugs right here. Infinite ammo, and if they shoot you, you go flying back. You do have some recovery time to go down and punch them in the balls, but it's still annoying as fuck, especially since they can sometimes get you in this infinity hole. Sure, they've got unlimited ammo, but you have to go buy your weapon.
There's also a timer on the game, but actually it's the most lenient timer I've ever seen. See, you literally have 24 hours to stop the bomb. Now, it does shave a few hours off if you die, but otherwise you're given plenty of time to beat up people and find the keys you need to stop the bomb. Yeah, the bomb is stopped by keys, but we'll get to that a little later.
It's actually not that bad a game overall. Sure, there are some frustrating parts to it, but oh, second level is a sewer level. Yippee.
It's an annoying level too. You can stick to walls, but because it's a sewer, you start to slide off of them. If you know where you're going, it's actually a pretty short level, but to get in your way, there are bats, rats, an alligator, and what the hell are these? Mermen? I don't know.
No, sewermen. The lizard's also easy if you know what to do. You can't punch him since he immediately smacks you with his tail and you do no damage. What you have to do is crouch down and use your webbing, but oh, he crouches down too and somehow becomes invincible. I guess he's got Pam sprayed all over his face, so nothing can stick.
How the hell does the Kingpin recruit the lizard anyway? It's not like he's some criminal mastermind. He's a guy who goes insane and turns into a lizard. Oh, but get a load of this dialogue. I have no interest in his larger schemes, and even though you've bested me, the others he's assembled will conduct you to your doom! Game, it's the friggin' lizard, not Dr. Doom!
It also makes me wonder why any of these villains agree to work for Kingpin in the first place. Oh, I got this bomb I'm totally gonna use to kill Spider-Man. Here's one of the keys to disarm it, but, don't tell any of the other villains. It's gonna blow up and kill everyone in the city. You along with it. Next up is the power plant in Electro, and actually it doesn't take that long to get there. The levels in this game are pretty short. The problem is there's tons and tons of shit your way. Look at this mess. Electrical bolts that fly down faster than you can move past them, some kind of lightning demon thing, and then of course all the standard muggers. Would it really have killed the game designers to include maybe one or two variations on the thugs? They're all the same guy! Seems to me the city's having a big problem with cloning.
Well, it is a Spider-Man game, so you knew clones were going to be involved somehow. In fact, this level punishes you for screwing around too much. You have to be careful moving through it since you never know when someone's going to jump out and smack you across the face. It's not that bad if you do take your time, but this is a Spider-Man game. You want to be swinging around and moving fast.
And Electro's a real douchebag too. Guy was really quick and shoots lightning bolt after lightning bolt. Unsurprisingly, you beat the guy by shooting webs at him, just like every other enemy we've seen so far. But of course, it's 10 times fucking harder since the guy cheap shots you and shocks your ass and shoots over and over and over.
So, next level you need to go up against the Sandman, but before you do, you have to fight a gorilla. Why is there a gorilla in Central Park?
Why does it hate Spider-Man so much?
Why are its eyes glowing red? Is it a Terminape?
Oh, but get this, after you beat the Sandman, it's game over. Yeah, as it turns out, much like the Power Rangers FMV game, the rest of the levels are only available in the harder difficulty. But now when you run into the forklift or any of the bosses, fucking Venom is there too! Well, where in the hell did he come from? It's like the inverse of Spider-Man 3. Suddenly the guy's all over the place.
So after doing the Sandman mission again, you get to actually fight Venom head-on. Though he's not the primary one. No, you have to go up to the rooftops to fight Hobgoblin, and all the while people are still clapping their hands out the window.
I love this bit right here where J. Jonah Jameson is just lecturing Spidey on the street. He must be living in heaven right now with everyone hating Spider-Man like this. I also love how these guys are willing to give a teensy bit of exposition each time you fight him and beat him. I guess the Kingpin isn't paying them that much.
Mary Jane gets kidnapped by Venom, and Kingpin sends a signal like Lex frickin' Luthor in the first Superman movie that only he can hear. Okay, it's on his spider tracers, but you get my drift. To let him know the standard claptrap about how he'll have his friend's wife killed if he tries to intervene. So he's smart enough to become the Kingpin of crime, but he's not smart enough to realize who Spider-Man is based on whose wife Venom kidnapped.
The next mission actually has Spidey encountering a new kind of thug, and it's Spencer D. Bum? My guy? Huh. You get a load of those posts Spidey makes when you don't push any buttons. Word. You also have to go up against these Ed 209 things, but they can't die! We unloaded an entire clip of web fluid into the thing, and it just took it! Damn, I guess the lesson here is don't fuck with Ed 209.
So now after getting through all of that, you have to face off against all of the villains you had fought before. All at once! Aren't these guys in prison? Is Spidey's image so bad right now they won't even arrest known criminals?
So you beat him again, you defuse the bomb using the keys, but be sure to do it in the right order or you're fucked. And then it's time to face the Kingpin. Well, this should be easy. I mean, I took Venom out with web shots, so how strong could he possibly— Holy fuck! Now that's a punch to the soul right there! Just let me clear across the room, man!
And this part does have a time limit. Mary Jane is being lowered into a pot of fire like the Kingpin was a Bond villain or something, and when you use your continues, you go back to before the bomb was defused and you have to deal with those other guys all over again. It's made worse by the fact that you have to hit the Kingpin in a specific way or else it doesn't work. You have to jump kick him in the head, but the hit detection is awful. How am I missing a target that huge?
But that's really all there is to the game. You save MJ and that's it. Can I go now?
Looks like the ring has enough juice for one last game. Ah, it's Captain America and
the Avengers!
This is actually a really good beat-em-up with awesome power rock as music. The plot is nice and simple and explained when you start the game. The Red Skull, Captain America's arch-nemesis, has assembled a team of supervillains so that he can, you guessed it, take over the world.
Of course!
What's weird about this is that the text offers like 3 entirely different explanations for this in rapid succession. Like we couldn't just believe that the Red Skull assembled these guys. No, he used his wealth to do it. Oh wait, no, he used a mind control device.
Fools! When you need evil minions to do your dirty work, it doesn't matter how you do it as long as it gets done! Although it is preferable to do it with science!
No, that wasn't very nice.
He's the one that killed you, remember?
Yeah! You suck, Insano!
My brain hurts.
Yeah, you may have noticed all the horrible voiceover work, made no better by the dubbing job that reaches all your base levels sometimes. It's actually pretty humorous at times, but overall the game itself is fun to play, although it does take a bit of getting used to with the controls.
There are a few levels where it becomes a side-scrolling shooter, but those parts tend to be laughably easy. In one part you face Neutro Mark II!
Yes! I've made some improvements on the original design. Now he's into— Never mind, I'll just let myself out.
There's really not that much else to say. You spend the rest of the game beating up on the same robots and armored guys with color swap palettes, you beat the Red Skull, and then rock out to the music.
I guess if we have to nitpick it, the hit detection isn't really that great. Chances are you'll need a friend in order to get past Ultron, but it's not impossible to do. Another thing that kind of sucks is that you can only play as 4 characters: Captain America, Iron Man, Hawkeye, and Vision. I guess there's some minor variations between them, but otherwise they're all the same thing but with different colors. Hell, every voice sounds like it's dubbed by the same person. I mean, come on, even the clone of Spoony I made had some minor vocal variation.
Wait, what clone?
Oh, yeah, after you died, I cloned you.
And he's running my show?
Yeah.
That's bullshit! I'm gonna go over there, shove this ring on his finger, and take my show back! It's a brand new day for me. Oh! Who the hell are you?
Yes, a Black Lantern should do very well for my plans. Black Lantern Spoony, rise.
thing.